cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in too. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is For Women Wednesday. I'm your host, Freddie G, joined by my co-host, K Money, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, people, and thank you for joining us for Women Wednesday. Today's topic was sparked by something I saw on the internet, social media. By now, I'm sure that many of our listeners may have seen this already. It was about a guy and a female in Chicago in some sort of restaurant or something, or a fast food place. And this gentleman got into an argument with a young lady, and he kept, they were arguing back and forth. And the young lady was standing her ground and arguing back with the guy. And the guy repeatedly said, if you keep talking, and I'm paraphrasing, if you keep talking, I'm going to knock your ass out. I'm going to knock you out if you keep talking. If you say something else, say something again, I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah.
Well, she kept talking, and the guy immediately started punching on her. And so, unbeknownst to the guy, her son was there. And I think her son was a young teenager, maybe 14 or 15, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was 14.
So he saw that, and he shot and killed the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it got me to thinking, like, wow, here it is. This guy lost his life because he wanted to be a bully toward this young lady. And I don't know what the argument was about or what started the argument, but nevertheless, guy lost his life because he wanted to be a bully and fight a female.
Right.
And so that led me to think that, okay, well, I assume that they did know each other, but what about the people who do know each other and they get into these types of fights? And what about the females who actually go and they argue or fight with guys or pick the fights? And so that led me to today's show about domestic violence. Domestic violence. And so before I open up the panel here to discuss this domestic violence topic, let me go over the definition of domestic violence. Domestic violence, a pattern of abusive behavior that one person used to control or dominate another person in a relationship. It can involve physical, sexual, emotional, economical, psychological, or technical acts or threats. It can happen in any household, family, or intimate partner relationship. It causes fear for the safety and well-being of the victim. So, do you guys know of any guys who are in a situation where domestic violence occurs in the household?
I think I'll say 80% of my friends.
I honestly don't.
I mean,
and if they do, it's something that I don't know about,
right?
Which, of course, it's not my business.
Exactly.
So no, my answer is no, I don't.
Think about this. Think about just the homies you hang with.
Right.
Man, and she told you a story. Man, she hit me upside with a lamp. Man, it was funny.
Right.
But it was really domestic. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So think about those stories, and you be like, man, you know what? That show was domestic. Because you know what I'm saying? Those the stories I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking about relationships and have my cousin ever, have my best friend ever told me his wife, have my cousin ever told me. That's what I'm doing. So as he said that and read the definitions, and I was thinking about all the people that I know are married, and I'll say most of them, even though it was not police call, it still was domestic violence.
You're right. By definition, I think a lot of relationships, if you're going by the true definition, experience domestic violence at some point in time. But do I know anybody personally? No. But indirectly, and I mean, I do know of a guy that he, it's a sad situation, I'm sitting there thinking about just what he puts up with.
I'm gonna make you laugh. This comedian 96, all right? I was dating this girl one time, and I'm sitting there. I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting there talking. I wasn't cussing her out or nothing. I was talking crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. And she was sitting on one side of the bed. I was sitting on the other. I wasn't threatening to hit her. I was talking crazy, talking crazy. Man, this girl hauled off and gave me a quick jab. The one that was Tank knocked. But see, the difference was it was a kidney shot. It wasn't a liver shot. Tank, that was a liver shot. But she gave me a quick kidney. It wasn't even hard. But man, when I say she locked all the air out of me, had I been a guy, it would have been a fight, right? Because even though it was a tap, she knocked all the wind out of me. I wanted to hit her back because I ain't never been hit like that ever. I take martial arts and I ain't never been hit like that. And I was mad.
You guys in a relationship?
This is my girlfriend. We were living together. I was sitting on one side of the bed and she was on the other side of the bed. But like I said, I took martial arts. Ain't nobody ever hit me like that. And it was a tap. It wasn't even a hard. She wasn't trying to punch me. But when you locked the soul out because I couldn't even breathe. Yeah. But it's the point that I wasn't even threatening to hit you. Why would you hit me? Why would you even raise your hand to hit me first? You get what I'm saying? So, I went in the kitchen, started talking shit way away from her.
So let me ask you
I couldn't breathe.
Let me ask you a question. Ask y'all a question here. So is there ever a point if a female put their hands on you first, is there ever a point where you have a right to defend yourself?
Yes.
Every time.
You do. However, the type of defense you choose is what can make or break you.
Yes.
So you have to be conscious about the type of defense you finna use towards this. Situation happened to me before, true story. I was I can't think of the name of this place, but it was in the Galleria area. Nice little spot, Sunday spot. So I was with Shazam from H-Town and his sister, Crystal, they sisters. So I was talking to Shazam. Crystal went and did whatever she was doing. And so me and Shazam talking, and I got my back turned, and there's some girls in the corner. It's about 5 of them back there in the corner. And, we didn't pay them no mind. We was just talking about what we was talking about, and all of a sudden I hear the little glasses that you buy. I mean, not buy, but you buy your drink.
Yeah.
In the little glass with the little
crystal at the bottom.
Stand on it, but it's like a wine glass.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's not. It's a little bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all I hear, me and Shazam talking, I hear the glass break, and it was close. So I'm like, I look around, and it's right behind me. So I tell Shazam, I say, hey, man, let's move over this way a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So we moved over about another 10 feet away from where we were, where the glass broke.
Right.
So we talking, not worried about nothing. So all of a sudden, man, this little chick, man, looked like, what was the girl during her day? I think Kanye West used to date her. Amber Rose. Little chick looked like Amber Rose, right? Man, she came, and I was talking to Shazam. Remember, my back turned to her. She stole on me, hit me in the back of the head. Just in the club.
Did you know her?
No, I didn't know who it was, so I'm like, wait a minute. I turn around, and my first mind was to hit her. But then I say, nope, because that's gonna make or break me.
Gotcha.
So what I did at the time, and I felt like I was able to defend myself.
Yeah.
I knew she didn't hold no weight.
Yeah.
So me hitting her was not gonna make me look like Superman.
Right. She hit you for no
Stole on me.
reason.
Just in the back of the head, man. So I didn't say nothing. Shazam was like, oh, wait. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know. So I turned around, I grabbed the chick by her shoulders so she can't move her arms.
Yeah.
So I'm holding her, and I walked her all the way to the bar, and I leaned her back over where her back was on the bar, and I bent her backwards. I say, somebody call security. This just hit me, you know. So they got her. So they was threatening to take her to jail. They stood out there and talked to her for a while. But it was strange because I don't know where that came from. But that's domestic violence when I feel I need to defend myself. That's somebody I don't even know, you know, but still.
Even though it's a female. And that's what these females are these days. These days,
Yeah.
they already think they can whoop a dude.
Well, they're
already.
gonna. The thing I think about that is they being protective of themselves, which they supposed to, but it's a limit
Yeah.
to that. When you're dealing with a man, if you know a man, then his pride don't fuck that up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I could tell a woman. Don't fuck the man's pride up.
Yeah.
It's trouble then.
Yeah, there's a difference between protecting and aggressing. So,
Right.
my question on that lady, I don't know the whole story about the Chicago lady.
Now keep in mind that that's just sparked today's show.
Right.
Today's show.
Okay.
You know, the domestic violence is somebody that's your partner.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, yeah, I did. It's to answer your question. I don't agree on hitting a woman. I don't. I'm against it all the way. However, I am human. If I'm out and a woman trying to hit me, she trying to slap me, spit on me, shove me, okay, I blocked it. But I ain't gonna lie, she get a direct contact to my eyeball. Oh man, I don't know, man.
The good one or the bad one?
I mean, like, yeah, both of them. It don't matter. If she just put her hands up and just like Mayweather my ass, man, and then like it is a perfect punch, and then step back and say, yo, oh ass nigga.
Sometimes
I don't know, bro.
Sometimes
I don't know if I can take it.
I think that with a lot of guys, I think sometimes it's the reaction.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not that they are woman beaters and that they want to actually be hitting on a woman and beating on a woman.
Reflexes.
I think it's just a reaction a lot of times.
And the guy goes to jail. Just like in the NBA, it's always the second person that get caught. So the woman, she'll start it, and a lot of women don't understand it's not just physical. Y'all mouths. Man,
Well, mental abuse is just as worse as physical abuse.
That's part of that. That was on.
That's
in the
how it
definition.
started.
That was in the definition. That was in the definition.
It was in the definition, yeah.
Yeah. It was in the
And
definition.
I think females are very good at antagonizing and you know
they know how to
pushing
hit that.
our buttons.
Yeah,
right,
hitting that button.
intentionally.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's right.
Which is, you know, like Slash says, it's all about how we choose to react.
Yeah, how you choose
which
to
can
react.
make it break you.
Well, I'm older now, so you can say whatever you want.
So imagine this when we're thinking about the definition of domestic violence. And I went through a list of things that's actually considered domestic violence. So one of the things is emotional. One of the things on the list is emotional. So that means that if you're removing the physical, you're removing the sexual, you're removing the psychological. Man, just talking noise and constantly, and a guy coming home every day and you and just coming.
Yeah.
That right there alone is, according to this definition, is domestic violence.
Yeah, so
I
there's
say
mental
at some
abuse.
point in time in a relationship,
Yeah.
we all deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's just not recognized.
You take your goddamn shoes and put them on. And look.
And see, the thing with that is I believe that couples get comfortable
Yeah.
with each other well enough to where they don't think that this gonna ever have to be a reason for us to argue about something.
Yeah, that's another one.
You know,
To us on the outside looking in, like, damn, man.
Yeah, because some stuff you'll let slide.
Yeah.
You know, you'll actually be like, oh, I'm not, okay, fine. I hear it. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm not married.
Yeah.
But I've been in relationships, you know, to know when she just, yap, that's when you be like, okay,
Yep.
let me give you your space. I'm not going to say nothing back. You know, nothing that I feel like going to offend you. I'm going to leave that alone.
Spark the fire.
Yeah,
nothing,
because all that's going to do is enrage everybody.
But you know what's
add fuel to the fire.
Yeah, you know.
But when they crazy, this is when you need to leave them alone. When you don't say nothing.
Yeah, give them their space, man.
No, when you don't say nothing, that
So
make them mad when you don't say nothing.
Here's
So
the thing, though. Here's what a lot of women don't consider or think about. When you're in an argument with a man, most of the time, the men I'm not talking about the ones that want to beat up on you all the time and just want to argue with you. Most of the time, those men, they'll shut down.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to talk anymore.
Yeah.
And so women, if you see a man get like that and shut down, don't want to talk anymore, then what you shouldn't do is continue to keep going in. And if you continue to keep going in, you're contributing to or you're a part of the definition of domestic violence.
Right.
Because you're still going in.
Right.
When he is clearly trying not to ruffle any more feathers.
And obviously, if you've been saying the same thing over and over, ladies, your point has been proven.
Yeah, it's been heard.
We got your point. We hear your point, you know, but you tell us over and over and over is the problem. You know, I'm not a child, for one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not your child, number two. You know, and that's just being on the up and up. So you got to respect the fact that I heard you already, you know, and you keep 3-4 times a day, every other day. That's sick. And put yourself in our shoes. Would you want somebody to come and do you like this on a daily basis?
Well, that's where I forgot what I was about to say. The antagonistic trait comes in. You know, give us our space. You know, if you see we like Slash say we heard you after the second time.
Yeah.
We heard you the first time it was said.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because
know,
we don't want to hear your mouth again.
Yeah, and it's just not male and female. You know, you have female and female and male domestic violence. You know. But again, it's about the choices we make on how we deal and choose to interact with it, which plays a big part because it doesn't have to be escalated all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and a lot of times it is blown out of context.
So, fellas, I want to share statistic with you guys before we get out of here, right? So, when we're thinking about domestic violence, we're thinking about somebody, your partner.
Right.
Your partner.
Right.
So, in Texas, I'm only speaking of Texas only. In Texas, 40.1% of women experience intimate partner physical violence.
That's a huge percentage.
40.1.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a
So
lot.
so that means that the men are doing it to the women.
Yeah.
Now, here's how close it is for the men who are receiving domestic violence from the women.
Yeah.
34.9%
Wow. Almost not far from.
of men experience intimate partner physical
Oh, physical.
violence.
Okay.
So the female is putting her hands on
the
him.
male. Yeah.
So that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's
you have
close.
40.1 versus 34.9 here in the
Yes.
state of Texas.
both
Yeah.
are.
Now, here's what I want you guys to think about also. Think about how loose our gun laws here in Texas are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody can have one.
Now, you couple that with these percentages.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
going to double in a little while.
This stuff is going to end in
time.
death.
Yeah, yeah.
This is going to end in death. You know, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen who are listening, if you're experiencing domestic violence, you know, tell somebody, or you may call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 800-799-6999. 888-888-7233. Nobody deserved to get the shit beat out of them. This includes another dope episode. Tune in tomorrow for Think Thursday. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all my YouTubers, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, the only way we grow is if you let them know.